Welcome to another episode of Racing to Learn. We're a nonprofit that gets kids excited about math and science. We've got our Traxxas Maxx on the bench today. We're going to continue working on it for all the previous videos. You can reference the link in the video description to our playlist on this truck. Now, probably one of the most annoying things about the Maxx is despite all of its durability, is the body pops off. Also, you've got to take the body off to get to the speed control, the ESC power on, power off switch, which on the stock VXL6 is like over here, which is something we want to solve. Well, at least that switch issue we're going to solve today. Now, our VXL4 started cutting out intermittently on us, so we are in the process of replacing it with this Ace RC combo off of a Thunder Tiger MT4 G3, a bit of a vintage RC nowadays, and we're going to use the motor from that truck as well. So as part of that, we're also going to put the switch for the ESC. We're gonna double side tape it to the shock tower here so you can actually access it without having to take off the body. All right, so we're just doing a dry fit here. Dry fit meaning we're not mounting everything in. We're just going to check everything for placement before we permanently attach it. So one of the things we're checking for is just adequate space around here. Now the ESC wire for this is going to get tucked in under the receiver and box and then coming out this way. So we just got to put together this puzzle here. So let's see, what else do we need to do? We need to mount the motor and just make sure that the leads have enough slack on them to reach, the wires need to reach each other. We're probably going to see if we can, so these wires will go around this way, and yeah, we'll probably just maybe angle the motor a little more this way so that the wires are within a reasonable length to each other. Let's see where the mounting holes end up here. Okay, right about there is probably fine. And none of this is set in stone. We could always change it around later, but always better to get it in there the first time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this over here in the rough position that we want it. Get some thread lock here. You'll want blue thread lock. We just got this stuff at Harbor Freight. Make sure to shake it up a little bit. And the motor screws that we're using. Now, the stock motor mount and motor used 4 of these screws. For this particular motor, we can only get 2 of them to line up, but that's fine. Would be better, but pretty much all the 8th scale monster trucks, even they only use 2 8th scale buggies, etc. They pretty much all just use 2 screws. So we're gonna just put some thread lock on here. The factory thread lock is still on there as well. But some fresh thread lock never hurts. All right, and those are lined up here. Let's get these screwed in. And get our second screw over here. Dab thread lock on here, line up the screws, cinch those down. Wipe off the excess here. Probably put too much thread lock on there, but that's okay. Okay, let's see if we remember where all these other screws went in. Okay, so we will be using the stock pinion. So let's go ahead and get this now. Yep, stock 24-inch pinion. I'm just gonna give it a quick wipe down. Before we throw it back in there. And put some thread lock on this as well. All right. And I'm just trying to remember, yeah, that is the orientation. So just line up the flat spot on the motor with the grub screw, and we can do final adjustments on this once it's in the truck there as well. So just cinch it on there. Oh. All right. Okay, and the Maxx does have a sliding rail and dowel system. So we are using the right dowel as described by the label there. And we'll go ahead and pop this in. Okay. We'll put on the top screw with the washer. Just gonna wipe this down as well. And then we'll get the screws on the bottom in. Just switching a hex bit there. All right. A dab of thread lock on there as well. We can move this ESC out of the way. So this 40mm motor fits right in to the cradle. The motor cradle, the stock motor had this extra ring around. So I don't know if other folks with 40mm engine cans have problems with the motor wobbling around. But it seems pretty sturdy in there, so maybe a tie wrap around the motor instead of this stock one. Maybe that wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's see if we can do that here while we're in here. Just to give it some extra support on the back of that can. Now, other monster trucks that have like a center mount differential, they don't usually have anything supporting the back of the motor. And as you can see there, it fits right into that cradle there very nicely, like it was built to use a .40mm inch motor. So let's see here. We've got this tie wrap right here. Let's see if this will work. This tie wrap is just a tad too thick. So we're gonna go grab another tie wrap, and even, I guess I can flex it a little bit here. So yeah, I think a tie wrap would be a good idea. We'll go get a tie wrap, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks again for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and we'll catch you in the next one.